So, hi Arun. This is Nandini from TSA. We are so excited to have you on this podcast. I got a chance to view all your histories in your LinkedIn, and I got so inspired to be with you on this podcast. And I would like to know more about you personally. So, let's start with having a formal interaction. Definitely, Arun. When you transited from classroom to career, you would be having a kind of beautiful memories in your personal journey that you can ever forget. So, can you share that a bit with us?
For sure, prior to having coming to Canada, I have 6 years of IT experience in India. Okay, so I used to be a software tester and I used to do some software development also. And sometimes people get to tell you like you know that you have some inbuilt skills, but sometimes it needs people to tell you that hey, you've got some skills, you gotta go for it or something. And that's when one of my client, I actually was working in Finland, where one of my client they called me in and said to me like here you're pursuing things a lot, probably you should come into the field of business, do maybe you might fit into sales or marketing really well. And that's when I thought about it, and instantly I felt like okay, let's see what it is all about. Like, probably if at all I'm made for it, then why not explore that option. And in fact, I wrote my IELTS right away while I was working in Finland, with the thought that I would do a master's in Finland itself. But due to some immigration stuffs and other reasons, then a lot of research went through as well. And somehow I landed, my research ended up in Canada. And I started my PDD, post-degree diploma in business administration at Langara College in 2019. Okay. Um, when I came here, I thought like, I have 6 years of experience in India, and I would probably get a lot of stuffs done a bit easily. So when I came here, that was the first reality check. Like, see, whomever you can be a king or anyone back home, but when you are coming to Canada, you are going to start from ground zero. So that was a reality check which happened right away. Glad that happened right away, so that like I was able to do a root cause analysis, and I was able to start myself. And what happened? Like I was looking for part-time jobs. I was trying to. I landed in Canada, in fact, 20 days before the date of my college. Okay, so I used to have my resume which I wrote in India, and I used to go to all stores and everything, and I used to give them. They used to see this and say, okay, what does a software developer have to do in my shop? And they will give the resume back to me. And that's when I decided, okay, whatever I did there is not going to be there. It is like it has just added to my age. That's it. So whatever I'm going to do is going to just start in Canada. So it was a very blank resume which I had to start from the first. And once again, I started handing it to all the stores. And somehow I started my part-time job as a dishwasher in a downtown restaurant while I was studying. Okay, and in fact, one thing which a lot of people said to me was like, while you are studying, try to make use of the professors really well. So that's what lot of people said to me. So what I used to do is I try to pick the minds of professors every single day after my classes. So that actually gave me a lot of, I would say, a soft corner with a lot of professors. Like, why that was also needed was a lot of professors, especially when you're doing a business studies, they will always come from an industry background. They would have worked for some company, or they will have some connection which will always help you. If at all you're a really good person, they will definitely see your stuff, and that actually was helping me also throughout the classes. Almost every single classes, I try to pick the minds of professors, so that professors get to, because you have a class full of 30 people. How does a professor going to recognize you? Only when you are trying to pick the minds of the professor. They know that, okay, this guy, I need to do some extra preparation for the class or something. So that's how I started going really well along with the professors. And slowly I started. So now that is all done. But what is not there is, you are now in a new environment. How are you going to prepare yourself for new environment, right? So for that, I had to do a lot of volunteering also. Okay, so because volunteering, you meet students from different walks of life, different countries, and when you are starting to work with them, that is like you are learning different cultures, and also at the same time you're learning the local culture from in Canada also. Okay, so that I would have clocked almost 300 to 400 hours of volunteering um, during
Also,
my
I have seen you was in different departments into the college, like career leader,
yeah
ambassador, student
yeah
ambassador,
yeah yeah
that
yeah
even that has enhanced your profile as well.
Of course, yeah. So first I did volunteering. So volunteering helped me to get jobs inside campus. So when I was actually working outside campus, it was like I couldn't manage my time. It was very tough. Like I had to do all my college works, and then I had to run to a part-time job, and it used to be a very tough schedule. Like I would say if my college ends at 5 o'clock, and I had to run to a restaurant and get my schedule until 11 o'clock, and then return back, do all my works, do my assignments, or prepare for the next day classes. So it used to be really tough. But once I started volunteering, and once I got an on-campus job inside, then it started getting a little better, because your all these on-campus jobs will be tailored according to your on-campus classes. So, and also it gave me a lot of really good experience also. Say I work for the Career Development Center of Langara, and that helped me connect with a lot of industry experts as well, like, because they were organizing a lot of job fairs. I had to talk to a lot of employers while I was working. So that gave me a really good networking. And also there were a lot of networking events happening. So all these things I was doing in campus. And then once I was about to complete, I was having three offers on hand. Okay, while I was about to complete, COVID came out of nowhere, and it just all the three offers were gone. It was like
Maybe that's
they could.
because of COVID.
Yeah, it was like it was
Okay.
COVID. So my career, like it was had to be my classes were supposed to end by I would say another 10 or 15 days more, but suddenly COVID started, and we don't know what to do. Places wherever I attended interviews, or wherever my offer was there, they were like, possibly we don't know what is going to happen, and they were canceling the offers. So I was stuck at that time, and I had a personal loss back in India also. Like on this very same day, my mom passed away in India, and I flights were cancelled from here to India. It was a situation like I can't go back to India for grieving for my mother loss, or all the jobs which I applied have gone, and I was thinking like what to do next. Meanwhile, the networking whichever I did in the past, and I had a connection through my wife also, so that helped me. And they were checking back at me during this time, and there was opening suddenly that came at their office, and it was not even published, but they fast tracked my profile, and they made me to apply for the interview, and I got selected eventually. And eventually, in 1 more month, I got another job. So that was like a good, like, so I got a job because that was all because of the networking which I did on campus. If at all for without networking, I wouldn't have secured a job, because there was no jobs absolutely during that time. It was so bad at that time. I couldn't even imagine if at all what I would have done without that thing. And once that job, I started a company called 3 Tier Logic. It was a startup, and it was a technology startup. I joined there as a business like a business development person. So I had to handle both marketing, sales, and strategies. It was good. Like I was raw out of school, but I don't have any experience in this. Like so. I was guided by some good people in that company. I worked there for 2 years. Um, and at that time, I understood that I was more interested in sales. So I moved into Shaw business, which is like the business side of Shaw. So I was working there as account executive for a couple of, for 1 more year, and then Shaw and Rogers merged together, and it became Rogers, and I was moved to into this department which I work right now. It is called as Kinetic Wireless, which is a dealership of Rogers. So I moved there um, last year, and probably I think I should be moving back once again to the corporate in another couple more months or something. So that's how my career has been till now. Like I've had my share of ups and downs, but that's how it will be for a student. Like if you have down,
Yeah.
then you think that it is going to be you're going to have amazing time. So
So it's quite inspiring, like how you have come across all your challenges during your COVID period, the loss, what you got. No, it was very sorry to hear, but still, more power to you to come over the challenges. So this is all your personal histories and professional histories. But there is any significant challenges that you have faced during this period, apart from your loss and COVID period? Any other challenges that you faced?
I would say, like first of all, a lot of people will tell like I don't have a Canadian experience or something, but after finishing my business studies, I didn't have any business experience back home or anything. Okay, so uh, I'm starting from ground zero. So that was a biggest challenge. I had to do something to talk to my employees. What do you talk to employers? That was a big challenge, And another one was, I took a very generic course, which is business administration. So I was having an inclination towards both marketing and sales, but I was just not knowing which one, marketing or sales. Glad that I got my first job, which was having a mix of both marketing and sales. So I was able to figure out even more better by working on it. But I had a really big challenge in figuring out what way I have to go into. And the third one was you have a lot of industries to work in. Okay, say a company might focus on telecom, a company might be focusing on movies industries, a company might be working on banking. So what industry are you going to work into? So that is also a challenge. Like back in India, I used to work for software industries, which software companies which have served in industries like payments, banking, and also finance. Okay, so I was thinking, should I use that experience to choose companies, or should I choose a new company? So all these things are going in my mind, and that was a big challenge to cross. And obviously, you're an immigrant, right? Like it is always like you always have that thought, like, will they prefer my profile? So and obviously, my resume was like, it was not, as like I said, I used to have a very very bad resume when I started here in Canada. And even after when I was finishing my college, because most of my jobs which I got were all through networking or through referrals or all of those things. So I never really had a great resume or something. So to get that resume ready, according to Canadian standards, I had to go through at least 30 to 40 people. I would have met 30 to 40 people, sat with them, discussed my resume, and tried to understand how I could get this better, what I could put in, like what kind of volunteering stuffs I could put in. So all these things were really big challenges which I had to face.
So Arun, yeah, the challenge what you told is very common for every people. Like we cannot able to choose the specific sector we are going into it. So what made you to select a specific sector after this challenge?
There were a lot of suggestions which were good. That's where volunteering comes into picture. You do a lot of volunteering when and that actually helps you kind of slightly incline towards what you want. Say, I joined in a club called Digital Media Marketing Club in Langara College because I was more inclined towards marketing. Okay, um, there the first task I was assigned was doing a fundraising campaign where I
Mm.
had to sell samosas and dresses, clothes to students to raise funds for the club to organize events for the entire year. The moment I saw that, I was so excited, and I was shouting on that main foyer. I still remember that day. Like I was shouting, like, "Hey, come to my table! I have samosas, I have dresses. Come and see that." So I was like shouting crazily. People have never seen that happening, I think, because everybody will be sitting in this stall quietly. I used to jump, I used to shout like that, and people started like calling me like, okay, this guy is going to sell this today, because until then they have never sold out whatever they have purchased, and we were able to sell everything within half day itself. Okay, so that's when I thought, okay, I think I have more inclination towards sales. So all these kind of small things which you do, right? Like that's why they say that volunteering is really important. Some people, when back in India, people used to get to tell, if I get to tell my people, like, I'm doing volunteering, people will tell, like, are you doing a job without getting a money? That's how people will think, like, okay, are you out of your senses? Why are you doing that? But only here, there is no other way other than getting that experience, or getting these things sorted out. Um, it actually helps you really, really well. It sets up a platform for you, actually.
Actually, it's like volunteering will let you know about yourself, like
Yeah,
which you are good in.
yeah,
So, volunteering is a very good option to know about yourself.
yeah.
That's a good point, Arun.
That's right.
So, do you think at any of your education experience or education prepared you for what you are now?
Of course, based on my classroom experiences, I would say, um, first of all, you have to know what the employers are looking for. We say you don't know what a Canadian style of emailing looks like. So we had a first in the first semester, I believe we had a class where they taught us how to write emails in Canadian format. My way of writing emails, although I had 6 years of experience back in India, if I had to compare the way which they taught, it was completely different. Okay, and that is what exactly I'm following till now in my work. And then writing proposals. What is the format an employer might look for? So those kind of things which you learn at campus, it actually helps a lot. Um, these two things really matter to me, because these two things directly tied to my job. Okay, so because if at all I go to a company, and if I had to ask them what is the kind of template you follow or something, then they might think like I'm not probably prepared enough for this. So when I was actually having all these stuffs done at college, it was really helping me a lot. Even when you see a resume email sent out to a CEO, or because I deal with C level people or D level people or something, and when you have if you send a very vague email or something, then they will think like, okay, this guy is something, and I don't want to really deal with this guy. But when I applied all those concepts which was taught in campus, it worked out really, really well. And right from my first job, it was really good, really helpful for me.
Yeah, actually, it's like more than the A to Z chapters. These kind of experience will really mold you for the practical market world, right?
Of course, of
So
course, of
yeah,
course, yeah.
it is very, it is very rare or embarrassing to stand behind such employers and telling that you doesn't know the format on a proposals. That's a good point. Actually, maybe we can have one more session with you for email writing. It's quite interesting to hear from you.
Of course, yeah.
So, like as already you told, lot of experience, you had lot of volunteering opportunities, but still, there is any specific internship or experiences that really shaped you for the role what you're playing now?
Um, I would say, see, I didn't have really much of opportunity to have an internship or anything, because, as like I said, COVID ruined all those things. Okay, um, because that was supposed to be my work term, which was spoiled by COVID, and I had to directly start my job out of that, because my work term had to be cancelled. But apart from that, the experiences which helped me are all volunteering and networking. Okay. Um, like I said, I did almost 300 to 400 hours of volunteering on campus. I used to go to college like morning 8 o'clock, and I used to be there until 8 o'clock at night. So even sometimes, even I would Langara doors close at 10 o'clock or 10:30. I would be there until they close the doors. So um, I don't know how much time I would have spent on campus. That actually helped a lot. Lot of works I did. I was actually having 2 or 3 part-time jobs inside campus. I was working for the Career Development Center. I was working for I was a coordinator of the volunteering services. I was also working on the front desk. So all these things had a different impact on me, because as a front desk person, I was able to talk to different people from different walks of life. As a coordinator, I was able to deal with a lot of different students and manage their time schedules for volunteering and other stuff. And through CDC, it helped me talk to a lot of employers, have my network built in this country. So these 3 jobs probably set me up for the next challenge, actually. Um, yeah.
So yeah, as you told that though we have a lot of experience back in India, it's where you're like a child coming new to the country when you're entering into Canada. So did you followed any mentors that who really helped you to transform from this student life to professional life?
No, obviously, I had a lot of mentors. Um, my mentors are whom I am till now. Okay. Um, be it student life or be it professional life, I will tell students, like, you will always get to meet someone who will find you, or even if you don't find them, they will find you, and they will actually help you out of nowhere, if provided you are putting in the right efforts. Okay. And then they will vanish from your life all of a sudden. So I would say my first mentor was a senior in my college, who was passing out at the time. The moment he saw that I had this volunteering, this sales skill, when I was jumping on the main foyer, he saw me. He said to me that, um, he asked me to stay in touch with him. He got a full-time job inside the campus itself, and he was always having me in all the events. Like, he was giving me chances in all the events, like whatever main events are concerned. Like, say, because you need chances, right? You need to have that. Have your talents exposed. So in Langara, in all the like the newcomer orientation programs, I get to have at least one event organized. He ensured that I have I got this chance. So that actually helped me enhance my public speaking skills. Like, I always speak in front of, and I love doing that. So he consistently did that almost all the semesters which I studied there. And then once I passed out of campus, that guy even connected me with a lot of his connections also, because he was a localite, and he connected with all his local friends. That helped me a lot to learn about the local culture, and also they were working on different companies also. That gave me really good professional connections as well. And after that, my wife's office CEO, he was a really good mentor who guided me a lot through my toughest days, and he helped me secure my first job also. So that was also really good. Like, because of him, I got a job in the company, and then, like, he it was like he didn't even want to help me, but he knew that I was doing something, because the moment I met him, I connected with him in LinkedIn, and I used to be really, really active in LinkedIn. Like, you need to show people that you have got something, right? So I used to do that. Like, I used to update every right now I'm not so active, but when I was a student, I used to update, like, there will be a weekly update coming in. People get to ask, like, if I don't update anything, people get to ask, hey, are you alive? So that's the kind of updates I used to have in LinkedIn. So um, so this guy, he was seeing whatever I was doing, and all these things I've done. And he kickstarted my professional career. And then when I was looking for a change from my first company to the second company, once again I met another person in a networking event. He was a senior manager at Shaw. I don't know what he saw in me, but somehow, like, when I was having a lot of interactions and all these things, he said that somehow when you are talking more about sales, I saw that passion in your eyes or something. And that's it. I didn't even work with him or something, but he helped me secure that job in Shaw Business. Like, he ensured that I got an interview, because I was applying Shaw Business for 4 or 5 times. No HRs called me. But the moment I met him, he ensured my resume was given to the HR, and the HR is setting me up an interview with his teammate. So his teammate called me up and he said to me, like, Mike gave me a really good referral. So I don't have any other questions. It is just I need to have a very formal discussion with you. And my interview lasted just 20 minutes, and I was selected. So it was like I was like, how did I even get selected? So like all these kind of mentors come into your life, but you have to put in your efforts. You have to showcase your skills. You have to do all of those things. They will find you, and they will ensure that you are succeeding in your life.
That's great, Arun. Actually, maybe you are a very strong guide at showcasing yourself to such persons and made you very strong.
Yeah, obviously you have to be your identity, right? Like you need to ensure
Yeah,
you are showcasing your skills, and without that, no one is going to know you, right?
it's more like you have to market yourself,
Of
right?
course, of course, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, next is Arun, like, though you learned a lot of skills in your classroom, definitely there would be some skills that you learned in your career phase, which you have not learned in your schooling times. So, can you elaborate about that so that we might get alert about it?
90% of stuffs whatever you're doing is whatever you have learned on campus only. Okay, so you really I would say like the industry knowledge, like it doesn't really you don't really get to study that in any college or anything. And also the tools which companies uses, each company will use a different tool. Say in Shaw business I was using a tool called Salesloft or something, and
Mm.
Salesforce. Whereas when Shaw and Rogers merged and I was moved to a different department, they were using Zoho. So those things will vary. Okay, and also those kind of tools also you don't get to study in campus. Maybe if at all you have any out of your own interest, some students might take up new courses and study. But apart from these, all those steps which you learn on campus are those which are going to reflect on your work as
Mm. Yeah, when you talk about industry knowledge, industry trends, I would like to ask you, like, how did you stay alert with your current trends and continuing your learning in your field?
I mean, I would say, like, when you start working, you would somehow, like, so say when you speak to a lot of people, or when you are working with a lot of people, you will always get to have some kind of news coming into you, like, hey, this company is starting something, like what your competitors are doing, what your similar other industries are doing, how are they maximizing the sales or something. Say, I'm just talking from sales point of view. If at all they are making use of AI, so what kind of AI should I learn um, to enhance myself as a better sales professional? So that's how, like, you have to be keep on looking at other companies, because that will also give a pathway for you to move into other companies. It's not just succeeding at your current job. It could also be a pathway to go into the your competitor, or it could also, or another particular industry or something. So just having a tap on other companies helps a lot. And also sometimes you can follow articles related to your job. That
Mhm.
also helps a lot. So that's how I keep a tap on it. It is not like I'm a geek or something. It's just that, like, you have a tap on it, and sometimes you can spend some time to do those things, and that just helps you.
Yeah, it's a productive information actually. So it's going more into academic. Let's talk something general. So, like, what kind of suggestions or advice you give to the people who are not having a constant mindset in their career path now?
Um, One thing I would say is, like, first think about why you came to Canada. Okay, you would have chosen, like, first of all, you would have had a thought, right? Like, why did you choose UCW? Why did you choose MBA? You would have thought a career path, right? Like, so stick to that career path at first, at least. Okay, uh, because some career paths might work out, some might not work out. It all depends on it, it all you will all get you will get to know only when you apply for it, only when you try for it. Okay, and to me, there is nothing like which is not like I would say it doesn't work out or something. Everything works out through different ways possible. Okay, you have to find, there are a lot of ways available in Canada. You just have to find the right means. Okay. And um, what I also observe with a lot of students is there are only two types of students here. Okay. One is people who come to Canada as focused on their career. Okay. Number two is who are focused on their PR. Okay. These are two types of students. Obviously, PR is important. Okay. But if you just look for PR, you are eventually slipping out of your path. Okay. See, you can work in a hotel, or you can work in a whatever job you're getting by and get PR. That is also a pathway. And also there is a pathway which you wanted to choose, like by doing all those certifications, getting that dream job which you wanted, and eventually getting PR as well. Okay. So there are two pathways. It is always available there in Canada. It is always up to the students to choose which one you want, and to get prepared for that. Being a student, you need to stick to your basics. Okay, like I'm a huge fan of Tala Dhoni. Okay, I get to just believe whatever he says, and it has helped my life a lot. Stick to the process helps. That's like a dream mantra that has helped me, done a lot of wonders in my life. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, even in my job, I feel like, okay, let's stick to the process. Stick to the process. Like, because the job which I am doing, sales, B2B sales, is a very, very tough job. Like you have a lot of quotas, but which you have to hit or something. Sometimes when I feel overwhelmed about the targets, sometimes I feel like, okay, are we doing the process right? Let's take one step back, see if we are doing the process right. No, I'm not doing the process right. Let's do the process. Sometimes it actually gives a lot of good results, and it has helped every single time. Okay. So uh, get your process right. That's all. Once you
Yeah,
get your process
maybe
right,
even we have came across a lot of people who decided their path into a PR actually. It's a very basic thing that people comes to Canada for PR, and rather they forget about their career. When they attain after 2 3 years, they might turn back and see their career path have been shaped.
yeah.
So
See,
it's a common thing.
I understand PR is important. Okay, it definitely PR is important. That's why. But you have different ways to get it. Like even if you are going through the career path, it might take some time or something. Maybe like in the path which you wanted to move. But if you turn back, you will feel that you have had a really flourished career, and also maybe that delayed PR. It is not a problem for sure. I'm saying, but whereas like if you don't have a flourishing career, or whichever you wanted or something, after getting the PR, that is of then a lot of people have seen, like they will be feeling a lot. Students, like they would be taking whatever jobs they get. And I mean, I'm not blaming any jobs. Any job is a good job. Every job is a job. And but you don't have to compromise your like your interest or your dream for that. It is like, if you have a dream, go for it. That's it. For that, you have to do whatever it makes to achieve that. Like, even when COVID hit, I had these two pathways. Okay, I would have easily, like, for with the amount of stress I had, with the amount of depression I was into, I would have easily taken any job whichever I wanted to, and I would have gone into, because um, at the time all these hotels and all these industries, they needed people, because immigration was cut and they needed a lot of people here. It was easy to find those jobs, but I was thinking that I will, if I get a job, I will only go into this. Whatever time it takes, let me do this. And I stick to that, and somehow it worked out for me.
Yeah, maybe according to your statement, Arun, it was quite different when you graduated, and it is totally different now when we are graduating at 2024 and 2025. Actually, the picture is something total opposite to the between years actually.
Yeah,
So
I'm not opposed to doing a part-time job. Like, say, if at all you have if it takes time to get a full-time job, you can do a part-time job to
thank
meet
you.
your ends and do a full-time job. But only thing what I'm sometimes opposed to is you do a part-time job, and sometimes people will be satisfied with what they're doing. That's it, because they will just they will think that okay, I'm done with this, I'm getting some money, I'm good for this. They will probably give up their dreams whichever they wanted to actually do. That is where I'm actually opposed to. Currently I'm no, this is a really really tougher time. You need those part-time jobs and all of those things, but at the same time ensure that you're focusing that process for your dream jobs as well.
Yeah, actually, people started forgetting about their domain jobs and they are focusing for survival jobs now because even that
Exactly.
is more difficult being difficult now. We
Yeah,
even we have people who are struggling to get a very basic survival job for past 1 year. So yeah, maybe the Canadian market might be changing it soon. Let's
I
hope.
hope it comes gets better. It used to be a lot better previously. I mean, it is always a cycle with any country, any
Yeah.
market. It's not going to be staying like this for a long time. But yeah, um,
So, but by deriving all your points, I can get to know that no matter how the market demand is, you have to market yourself, you have to embed yourself, you have to stand odd among all of them. Yeah.
obviously, I will tell you. Um, I got a part-time job before I starting my college. Okay, because as like I said, I was there for 20 days. But I've seen students even during 2019. I've seen students who struggle to find job for 4 months. Okay, even during that time, that struggle was there. It is always based on like what kind of people you meet, how much you're trying to learn through them, and putting that effort translated, right? So um, if you're able to do that, then for sure, I know it is difficult now, but for sure, people will be able to get secure some jobs or other.
Yeah. So talking about the employment, do you have any specific qualities or skills that employer will look in a graduate? I mean, look in a graduate when they are hiring them.
Obviously, first one is, um, see, an employer gets 200 or 300 resumes nowadays for one job posting. Okay, on an
Mm.
average. So why should an employer hire you? Right? Like you need to and let them. Hiring is as a different part. Okay, they need to call you for an interview. Okay, why should they call you for an interview? Whom will they call? Okay, so out of these 200 resumes, 50 to 60% of resumes will not have a proper formatting, or they will even have some minor spell check errors or all of those things that will get filtered by AI or any sort of stuffs available. Even manually, when they spot an error, they're not going to call you because that's a filter which they have had. Okay, and out of the rest of the resumes, they need to call just, let's assume 10 people for their interview, and they might select one for that position. So how are they going to select? Uh, now we are coming to the key part, perseverance. Okay. Um, like I said, when I was applying for Shaw Business, I didn't get that job call at all. I never got a job interview for any interviews I applied. So whatever I used to do is, um, I used to either to do two things. One is trying to find that who is the HRS, or trying to find who the person, who the hiring manager of this job is. Try to go, try to somehow find them in LinkedIn, and I will try to look for their email address online. There are a lot of tools available online to find those stuffs. And once you send out an email to them, like, hey, and then they see that, this guy is persevering a lot, and then interview or something comes. So then they will think that, okay, I might want to speak to this guy. That is the first quality which people want to see from you. Is this guy, I want a guy who is really, really interested for this particular position, and also who has more perseverance level. Especially, I think a lot of people here are MBA students, right? So when you're business grads, you need a lot of perseverance level, and that's what people will expect a lot at first. And the rest of the steps will be like, with this guy fit into my team, and what are the how their soft skills are, like, can they like, they don't really expect you to speak in a perfect English or something, but if can they speak with confidence. That's what they need, because See, because Canada is a multicultural country, like not everyone can speak a perfect English, or not everyone can speak a native style of English. But if you are confident enough, no one can notice your mistakes which you have, right? Like so that is what people expect. Fitting into the team, perseverance, and confidence. If you are able to showcase these three things, and with all these things comes energy. Okay, if you're focused, able to showcase this, then I don't see any reason why an employer might not hire a student.
Yeah, and you told so many times that you have been volunteering in so many positions in your back in college, and you're having three part-times in hand. So, is there any tips that you managed to balance both the personal and professional life?
um Personal and professional life, that was a really tough question, um See, I will say I've actually taken a workshop on personal work-life balance as well. One thing I pointed out to people is there is nothing called work-life balance. It is all which we have created among ourselves. It is not like um, it is a term which has been created to people to just to ensure like it is not like, okay, I've done all my work. Okay, I have not had my life at all. Now I'm going after my work. I'm going to see my life. It is not that. Work is a part of your life. So how are you going to manage it is what matters. Um, so first of all, I don't believe in this concept of work-life balance, and secondly, um, there is like if you like the work, okay, then you won't feel pressurized at all.
Mm.
Okay, if you do a work which with very much interest, then there is no pressure at all. So work-life balance goes out of equation there also. Okay, so and the third point is um, some people might have their families and other stuffs. They will definitely know, like even the families will understand, like if you are having a passion, so much passion towards a job, then even families, a lot of families will understand. So if being passionate is the only way to have a work-life balance, if at all there is a word work-life balance exists.
Got it. So I have one more personal question. I have seen that you got selected through LinkedIn. I mean, you got into this job, which LinkedIn helped you to get it, right?
Every job is through LinkedIn
Oh,
only.
so how was it really? You catch that uh, exact thing to do, like the
I'll
real
tell you what.
mantra of doing it.
I'll tell you what, if I fix a person on LinkedIn, I will stalk them to the core, that what they like and dislike. I will go to their history, what they have liked, what they have disliked, what they have commented on. I will take a point of this person's life history in LinkedIn. Okay, I will at least spend half an hour to 1 hour with this person's uh, um, post, the previous posts and everything. Say obviously I might have met this person, and that's how first of all I would have connected with him in LinkedIn. Okay, and then what I'll do is whatever I am doing in my day-to-day life, or whatever my work or volunteering or something, I get to write in a way this person likes as well. I'm not going to lie. By that way, I'm not going to lie, because if you're going to lie, they will get caught. Okay, because you need a proper story which has happened. At
Okay.
the same time, you are going to put some masalas added.
It's like
According,
expressing them,
yeah,
maybe
see,
impressing them. Sorry,
it,
impressing them.
see, it's more like making a Tamil movie. Okay,
Okay.
you need to have all the center ABC center of audience involved. Okay, so for that you need sometimes for a proper commercial cinema you need a proper fight, you need a song and all these things, right? So that's what I implemented in my job search, or all these things. So I see a person, I fix them. Okay, if I feel that, like, say, I might meet them in a networking session or something. Like, if say, let's assume if he's a CEO, or if he's a head of a department or something, I will tell them, like, hey, I'll connect with you on LinkedIn. I'll connect with them right away, so that he remembers me. First of all, okay, he or she remembers me, and then I go to their LinkedIn profile. I see that, and then say if at all I attended a networking event, I try to take photos with people so that they recognize me. I'll tag them in that. I'll write a post and tag them. I met these guys, and it was a nice day or something. Because some people through LinkedIn, that some people love networking. So you're by that way you're covering those people, okay? And first post is done, okay? First post is done, and they'll also tell you that it was nice meeting you, just for the sake, because since you tagged them, they want to respond to your post that hey, it was nice meeting you, okay? Now the connection is really well established. Now stage two. Stage two is taking that relationship to the next stage, which is like I'm trying to get this person's attention more by writing about my the events, whatever I'm trying to do or whatever I'm learning. Some CEOs will be like, some head of departments will be focused on learning. So I'll be like, okay, what I've learned. I'll try to learn something in LinkedIn, even if I try, if at all something related to my job. Like there is a lot of LinkedIn learning courses available. Right? I'll take at least one course, spend 2 hours, do it, share that certification, and write in a way this person would like it. Okay, write those, bring those keywords in whichever they would have added in their posts. Some person will say that hey, I'm an avid networker. Some person will be like I'm a telecom this thing. So based on that, add some words like for telecom this skill is needed. So the kind of stuff which you add. So then they might, I will do this until this person likes my post. Okay, the moment they see like my post, I know that this person has established more connection with me. Now I don't hesitate. Like so now I have had three connections. Okay, I've had photo with them. I have had um, I have made them to comment on my post, and also made them like my post. Once these three things happen, I will ask them to see if they're available for a coffee, for a meet, or if they're available for if they have a time online to just have an information session about their company. And if that happens, boom.
You have a
That's it.
lot of strategies to get
So
network,
so
to get
now
into
tell
the
me.
mind of people.
So if I do all these things, okay, if they have an opening in their department, and if they have hundreds of resumes and my resume sent, whom are they going to hire?
Definitely you. Yeah. But you're
That's
gonna do this for specific companies, what you choose, or you're gonna do it at random?
I'm not going to do it random. It is like it is based on people whom I meet, and based on the companies which I target or something. So especially shop business, when I targeted, I was targeting a HR. This guy was like adamant. He was not even responding to my messages. I tried to find this guy's email online. Like I have a tool to find emails. I tried to look for the tool. This guy was not responding to. I even know exactly if a person opens my email or not. I have a tool for that also. Like if I send out
Oh,
an email and if a person is not opening my email, I can see that in my Gmail. I have a tool for it. So all these things I've installed. All like probably I could, if at all someone is interested, you can get in touch with me. I can share more details about those things.
you
So
have more content to share actually,
yeah,
right from the email proposal writing to this kind of strategies. It's so quite interesting to hear all this from you. It's nice. Maybe we guys will connect with you for
of course,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So based on that, I when I didn't get a response from this guy, but this guy shared this thing. He's commented on someone's all the best. I was like, why is this guy commenting all the best? So I went in and saw that this guy is a senior manager who is organizing a networking event. So I saw where the networking event is. I was not even invited, but I went to that networking event. I attended it. I got in touch with that senior manager. Somehow that guy liked me, and he made this HR to call me and get me an interview in show business. So things happen like that.
That's great. That's great, Arun. So it's almost done with me. So let's have audience now to answer any of their doubts.
Yeah,
Guys, you can open up. You can just chat your questions that you have to be cleared from Arun, so he can help you with that.
I think Laksh had some questions. I think he has types of 5 questions or something.
Yeah. Do you think coffee chat works?
Yeah, obviously yes. Like I said, one of my strategy was to ask for a coffee chat. So it works a lot. It can do a lot of wonders.
So the next is, what would be your best advice when it comes to networking? I know
Don't
you
ask
have
for a
talked,
job.
you spoke a lot about it
No,
actually.
no, I didn't even start talking about networking actually.
Okay.
First, like I would say networking. See, networking can be a 1 hour session separately, but one advice I'll give you is don't ever ask for a job
Hmm.
in networking. That's it.
That's a nice point actually.
Because a
That's
lot of
our first
students,
impression you gives
yeah,
them.
a lot of students I find like I still spend a lot of time with students. If at all someone meets me LinkedIn, I try to spend some time with people. Okay, but they will actually the first thing they ask me is your company hiring? No, people are not actually there to hear about that. People are there to just hear about who you are as a person. Then they will tell you that if their company is hiring or not. So don't ever ask that question.
Nice. So I understand networking with professor is a great asset. How will it transform a job referral?
Like I said, a lot of professors will have industry contacts and stuff. Okay, sometimes when an industry person is hiring, they might just check with their internal network. So professor may say, my student is really really great. This guy is a really really good candidate. If you want to interview him, so they might interview you right away.
Hmm.
So having a good this thing with having a good rapport with professors is like a key.
That's nice. So what works better, like networking or a customized resume?
I would say both.
Oh.
Both. Customized resume alone is not going to land you in any job. Okay, you need that extra push, especially for the current market. It is really really tough. You know,
Maybe it
uh,
can be a two eye to a human.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is a two. It is okay. So do both these things effectively. Um, just by tailoring a good resume, if you are spending a lot of time to send it, spend some time to know who this person is. Um, Also, so that like that resume is valued by this person. That's all.
So how do you highlight the transferable skills? And do you have
Uh,
any example of that?
I would say, in my previous role, I used to be a senior QA. Okay, so I've done a lot of presentations and all these things. So one of the major role of a especially a B2B salesperson, is to do presentations. Now that is my transferable skill. Okay, you should not be hesitating to highlight these kind of skills to anyone. So because that is a very key skill for a sales job. Okay, so if at all you are able to tell them, and also I have always been a avid speaker who can actually speak among people. So that also you have to tell them, like, as a salesperson, you need to ensure people need to know that you're not shy enough or something. So all these things, if you're hesitating that highlighting that, it is going to do a lot of wonders for your interview.
That's great. So thank you so much, Arun. It was really interesting to hear about your journey. And next is from Danush. Thank you, Arun. It was wonderful session. And thanks for your tips and advice, especially related to networking. Appreciated. Yeah,
Very
actually, even I was like inspired. I was like overwhelmed with all your tips about networking. That was really useful because I know we all know that networking is playing a very major role in Canadian market. And all your tips is really a good thing that as a graduate or being a graduate student in upcoming months will really help us.
okay,
So,
hopefully, yeah.
so next is from Kaushalya. Like, what is one advice you give to have a successful career?
I would say, like I'm not sure how to answer this question actually, because successful career varies from different people, right? Like if at all you want something, just go for it. Like follow that. passion. Um, Even if it takes time, let it take time. Say, for example, if you want to become a business analyst or something, okay, just don't let that passion go. Like right now, if you want to have a survival job, yes, take it, but ensure that you are putting in that effort for becoming that business analyst as well. Understand what kind of certifications are needed, what kind of skill set is needed. Learn them all through this time period while you're doing your survival job. Somehow, so that all you're doing the process right, and once you're getting that dream job, then you have definitely a great successful career.
Thanks. Definitely, we will be talking to the TSA people, and if really wanted, we will be talking with you for the networking strategies,
For sure, yeah.
which is very interesting to hear.
Yeah.
So,
And
at
what I'll also
last,
do is I'll drop my email and all my also my LinkedIn profile here. So if at all anyone wants to connect,
yeah,
please.
sure, sure. We
Yeah.
will be posting it in the group for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe people who are seeing the recording might get in touch with you for sure.
Yeah. I'll just post it down here so that
Yeah.
if at all someone wants
We
it.
will also forward it to the main group as well.
Yeah.
So that's it, Arun. It was nice talking to you and getting to know a lot of tips. You were very proactive, actually. Seriously, when you started, it was like okay, but when you started talking more about your networking, you yourself went into a proactive approach. Like it was nice talking to you.
No
So,
worry.
so yeah, thank you, Arun, for the wonderful tips. Yeah, we really felt so. Productive and constructive session, Arun. So thank you for now. So I think we will be in touch with you for further sessions.
Sure.
And yeah, thank you for your time, Arun. So
Thank you.
Yamini can stop recording the video.